Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everybody around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring your girl, Yamato. Get ready for a very spicy deck profile featuring OP07 coming at you guys with a Fortress Yamato build here on the channel, in which this will be the first one I actually featured Eustace Kid being involved in Yamato lists, in which he does quite well. We all know this, but I am not a big fan of double searchers. So the whole like Momo into the Bonnie and stuff, I'm not a big fan of that, splitting the deck between Doflamingo Pirates or Don Quixote Pirates and Supernova, especially in Yamato. It works, just a personal thing. So I've been trying to play around with a build here, such as this. I'm having a lot of fun with it. This is an interesting take on the build. Of course, I added in Soul Focus. I wanted to dive back into it and see if I can, do something that would work out in Yamato. You guys know I started the whole Soul Focus craze for Yamato list not too long ago. Some of them actually won some big events out there in Germany, which I was kind of surprised. It does well. It's just an interesting concept, so I mean, take it with a grain of salt. Now, at the end of the day, we are running into a lot of decks in the format going into OP07. That's going to be a problem overall, such as Bonnie, for one. I think that's going to be your hardest challenge with this deck, just in general, due to the fact that she has the kid, and your Hody Jones can't do anything to Eustace Kid. On top of that, she has Doflamingo as well, and it's very difficult to get over all these targets with her resting something on your side of the field along the way. But the other decks that also give Yamato quite a bit of trouble are any decks that can go wide very quickly. So decks such as black decks, which would be Gecko Moria. Now, he did see a bit of a nerf to Greater Eruption, so he is a lot less consistent. He doesn't have the draw and then minus something with Greater Eruption anymore. He does have ways to do that, and we'll talk about it in a future video when I put out a deck list here on the channel. But he did take a nice little hit. Now, when it comes to the two, Rob Lucci and Gecko Moria, I think I'd much rather face Rob Lucci as Yamato than I would with Gecko Moria, due to the fact of how spammy he is with putting bodies on board for free with his leader ability from the trash. Rob Lucci can't really do all that, so it's a little bit easier to get around this deck than it is with Gecko Moria. And thankfully, we will see a lot more Rob Lucci's going into OP07 than Moria, so I mean, hats off. The other downside to black decks right now are going to be Black Yellow Luffy. I feel this is an easier deck to beat. I just think it takes you a little bit of, thinking to get this done. It's not the same concept as every other deck that you want to go face. You want to take this at a slower pace to build board first before you go into this deck. But overall, Yamato is not necessarily lackluster in OP07. She's just not as good in OP07, because there are a lot of other decks in the format that are doing very well and outperforming her, such as RP Law, Rob Lucci, of course, Doflamingo. She's okay. And it hurts me to say that because I've played nothing but Yamato for OP06. But in any case, going into a meta where you have blue decks coming back and they're relevant, and if you are a Fortress build player, and that's all you've been playing as Yamato, it might be time to switch it up and try something different, because Fortress is not going to be as dominant as it once was for Yamato in OP06, due to the fact that you have Boa in the metagame and you have Doflamingo in the metagame, which can also run Red Rock and Gravity Blade. So they can ruin a lot of your plays by bottom decking your Momonosuke's, bottom decking your Eustace Kid, and just dealing with Hody Jones. But overall, this list is a lot of fun, especially if you guys know about the draw mechanic that this list can do. I put out a Wano build recently here on the channel. I went in depth on that. So if you guys want to look back over that when you can. It's not a Fortress build, so you won't see Kid, you won't see Soul Focus in that list, and I highly advise you to start from that one if you're interested in a more of a Wano focused package that doesn't utilize just the blocking mechanics with Kid and Rosinante. But both decks here that I'm going to show you are going to do very well here in this format, in my opinion. Obviously, this is more of a personal pick. You can take this out, each their own. Yes, I have another list I'll show you at the end of the video that doesn't utilize Soul Focus. In any case, let's dive into this real quick, and we'll talk about it. We'll play a bunch of games today. We're going to be running with 12 2K counters. So your traditional 4 Izo, 4 Hiyori, and the brand new Otama from OP07. Just be mindful I've had a lot of people ask me this question, whether it's at locals or on comments here on YouTube. Just because we get Otama and it's a searcher does not mean we drop Momonosuke in any means whatsoever. You need both of them in the decks if you're running any form of Wano package. The way this works, Momo searches any Wano card, green or yellow, any of them. Otama only searches for green Wano cards. So she cannot search for Hiyori, she cannot search for Momonosuke. So if you were to put this in the deck and you're still running these two cards and you take out Momonosuke, you hurt your draws and your consistency a lot by doing so. You need to have both searchers. They are double searchers, but they both look for Wano cards. Otama is going to help you pull out your Hiyoris, your Izos, your Momos, and your events here. Normally, to drop this into a matchup has to be ideal. If you're playing down Momo, if you're playing down Otama, you normally want to follow that up with something like You're My Samurai to rest it to draw cards, or you're playing this down to search out for Momonosuke to search into Momonosuke to play Momonosuke to drop down Otama into life. Something of that nature. The other concept is if you're playing into a RP Law, right? And you're trying to go for game, or they decided to play down Shiraya on a curve, and you don't have a way around it. Technically speaking, if you don't have Izo in hand, you can play down Otama to draw into the Izo, to play the Izo down to rest the Shiraya, then take the Yamato to clear the Shiraya. That way you don't have to deal with it later. That's another way to look at it. There's so many different combinations that you can do with this list. It's kind of ridiculous. And Yamato is one of those decks that allows you to do multiple different ways to build it, whether it's Wano package, whether it's a fortress build or mixture, or you're playing, what's the other one? Sky Island. But overall, this is a list I've cooked up for OP07. This is my second variation of Yamato. Like I said, the first one doesn't utilize fortress build by any means, or is not playing with soul focus. At least the latest Yamato build on the channel isn't. So by all means, take a peek at both of them. Let me know what you think about either one and try them out, and we'll get back into it. Overall, this is going to be a very, very exciting build to dive into and play. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to dive into a bunch of games today. Come at you guys with the Yamato and OP07. Playing into, I guess that's a Foxy, right? But we'll see how this goes. In any case, before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and mention that we are going to be giving away playmats here. Once we have reached 5,000 subscribers here on the channel, all you have to do to enter is make sure you're part of the Discord, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and that's literally about it. I will choose a random commenter here on the YouTube. I'll announce the winner over in the Discord, considering we finally have Discord up and running. With that being said, that's all you got to do. The playmats that I have revealed on the community tab on YouTube will be the ones that I will be giving away. You can select whatever one you want that you see there. I will be adding playmats to that pool as well as time goes on. So, I mean, if you see a playmat that comes out at 4,998 subscribers or whatever, and you want that one, you can have that one. It is what it is. The playmats will be fresh. They will be made and shipped to you free of charge from Ink Gaming, and that's about it. No, this is not sponsored or anything. This is coming out of my pocket to help, give you guys and all that sort of thing. So I appreciate all the love and support here on the channel. In any case, let's dive back into this game here with Foxy, or what this match is going to be, because I couldn't tell you. This is going to be the first matchup I have played Yamato into Foxy. I know how the deck works. I don't feel Foxy is good by any means. It might be a hot take. You guys might get a little bit upset of me saying that, because I know there's a lot of Foxy supporters out there. It be what it be. Deck's not great. I don't like them. I'm sorry. Either way, we're going to hopefully not get embarrassed here into a Foxy after talking smack, so I'll try my best. Now, playing Yamato, though, in OP07, it doesn't feel as good as it did in OP06. And I know that hurts me to say it, because I love Yamato. This is my favorite deck to play in the format of OP06. This is all I've actually played in OP06, really. And I think it was my first meta deck that I decided to actually pick up and dive into since Whitebeard in OP02. So ever since Whitebeard, I've just been playing mixtures of meta, off-meta decks. you guys know the content here. I don't sit here and flood out with Sakazuki and Nell, Katakuri, etc. I play what I want to play, and I play decks that we don't see that often, or different decks that I can put a different spin onto. And Yamato has been that deck for me that just feels good, man. You know what I mean? In any case, since being an OP07, we lose our best matchup, which was Sakazuki. And now we have to play up against the black decks in RP Law, which apparently is dominating every major event right now, which is a problem. But into Yamato, unlike Foxy here, you know, I don't feel is a problem. Neither of these decks here are a problem for Yamato. It's more so the other decks in between that you have to get over to even make it to the top, you know, as Yamato. All of the Rabluchis, the Gecko Morias. Those the problem decks for this leader. Another downside to it is we didn't get a lot of support or a lot of cards here in OP07, which, you know, makes sense because they did introduce the Foxy Pirates. They did introduce a bunch of other leaders here with being Egghead and all that sort of thing. So Yamato kind of didn't get a lot of support when it comes to the Wano section, you know? We got the Otama, the 1-drop here, but that's really about it. And now it's just Bonnie is going to be the better green deck, I think, going into this format. But we'll see how it shapes up a bit. Nah, you can't have this for free. Work for it. You won't. I don't think he'll run Chopper into it. I think if he does, he pretty much just loses the game at that point. Cool. Awesome. Now we can... Oh, wow, that sucks. Double Soul Focus here. I mean, it's not too bad. We just don't have the Hiyori in hand to play around with what I wanted to do with it. I could go ahead and drop down the Hody Jones. Go ahead and double rest these. And then we can try to clear board before we go face. He has 4 cards in hand. I think I'd rather clear board here instead of giving him the 2 cards from life. Let's go ahead and do that. Go 5 face first, see what he wants to do. Okay, so we get a card from hand. I thought he would counter out, so that's great. Let's clear the kid. And both the other ones have 0 power. I don't necessarily mind too much running Momo and Otama into them, so we're going to go about doing that. This should be a given, yep. Now, the thing is with this leader, he can't do his leader ability, considering he doesn't have 3 Foxy Pirates on board. And that's the downside to the Foxy leader. You have to have bodies on board to make his ability relevant. And going into a format where you have Rabluchi and Gecko Moria, it's really not going to happen as much as you would want it to. You know what I mean? It's not going to be very consistent. Considering all of the on KO effects and all that sort of thing, it makes it a little bit harder for Foxy to be relevant, even in OP07 where this is his release. You know what I mean? Sure, you can have Momo, it's fine. We got 4 cards to go through here. 3 life left. I'm pretty sure we can win next turn, depending on what we draw. If we get another Hody, the game's over at this point. But it's a possibility for me to just go like 9k or 7k with Yamato. Oh, never mind. Okay, there's a blocker. That's fine. Part of me really wants to just like double tap Soul Focus and see what he wants to do. Oh wow, he's actually attacking Hody. Interesting. We'll counter out here. We can't let him have this for free. But unfortunately, we have to give away the Ezo just in case. Oh, you'd love to see it. Okay. 9 Dawn. We could do Eustace Kid, rest it, play down the Hiyori off that. Or we can play down the Hiyori to use the Yumai Samurai and rest the Otama and the Hiyori. Or, yeah. We can do it that way. Play down Momo, bounce that to life. Play down the Hiyori, pop that, get the Momo, bounce the Otama to life. Let's do it this way. This way we get a blocker on board as well. 4. Let's rest both of them, draw a card for free. Yeah, let's do it this way instead. I'd rather do this instead of playing Soul Focus here. We get a Hody Jones and another Hiyori, which isn't too bad. You can bounce this to trash, kick down Momonosuke, kick this to life, draw another card. So in that instance, we gained a blocker, healed a life, drew 3 cards, and put a Soul Focus on top of our stack as well. And still have enough Dawn to swing for 7 and 10k with Hody Jones. That was pretty nuts. And this is one of those moments where he has to have it or he loses. So he can either block with Kid, give me the 2k, or give 3k from hand. That's crazy. We'll pass it up, though. Part of me wanted to attack with Hody, but I feel like if we would have, he would have probably ran Kid into it or ran Leader into it that turn and played down maybe another blocker if he has it here. I get we have another Hody in hand, but I don't want to rip the Soul Focus out of that either. And I'd rather him attack life instead of go for the Hody Jones. That way we can trigger the Soul Focus. That Foxy card is really good, by the way. Unfortunately, it's only relevant with Foxy because it's leader locked, but if it wasn't, it'd be a pretty strong 7-drop. Sure, we'll take this. I know we could have blocked, but I'd rather just do the Soul Focus thing. I don't know why he decided to attack, even though he knew that we had Momonosuke, but whatever. We can rest both targets, clear board again, or go game here. He has no cards in hand. That's probably the best play. Nothing. That sucks. Should we just go face? Yeah, let's just go face. Because he has no cards in hand, we can just swing with 5. Boom and boom. We actually have to attach a Dawn. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and dive into another one here. Coming at you guys again with Yamato, playing into an RP Law deck here. What was that? Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Well, the power of editing might help us out quite a bit in this game, so we'll see. Apparently he plays slow. No, that's fine. I don't really mind all too much. Let's stack our life up here with Soul Focus and Hiyori on turn 1, so pretty good. We'll take this. What do you want? One of the upsides to this matchup here is most RP Laws just allow me to heal for free. Yep. But you definitely don't want to go down in life total when you can help it. You know what I mean? Especially against Yamato in this scenario. Thankfully, we do have the Izo here as well to rest the Shiraya and just go face. Or to clear it. Oh, bottom deck that. What is going on here? Blue Jam, huh? Interesting. Let's play down the Izo. I think it's probably better for us just to rest the Shiraya and go 6k. That way we don't have to deal with it later. And I think we'll just clear him instead. Because I would think he might have just taken the double attack here, because most Law players kind of do in the early game. But to establish something on board might be a little bit better. And he doesn't have the Dawn, considering he minused the Hiyori last turn. So Izo should be safe here. Blue Jam is interesting, though. I don't see him like doing raise max on Izo and removing him with the Blue Jam this turn, so I think we're chilling. Going 5. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I don't really care about this too much. I don't want to give him the 2k counter. This next turn right here should be guaranteed swing, right? He only has 3 cards in hand. We should be able to do a 9k. Just in case. I think 7 might be trying to push it. Let's go 9. Let's just go for it. Vanish 2 life. Nice. That Shiraya in the early game, man. The rest there with Izo sometimes is just does so much work. Now he's at 4 Dawn. So now he can remove the Izo here for free. 4, 5, 6. We go to 8 Dawn next turn with the Hody Jones play if we need to. So we can play down Hody Jones, rest his board, clear his board, and potentially do damage to Law. Because he doesn't kill both targets here unless he does the raise max, right? Draws 2 cards, raise you. Sure, no problem. Okay, 5k here. Let's take the hit. Alright, so we draw into another Hody Jones. Do I dare do this? Do you think if I play the Hody Jones, we'll lose? Because I can try to clear board here by getting rid of the raise max and like a 5k attacker. We have quite a bit of counter in hand for what he wants to do. He goes to the 6 Dawn next turn. Let's just risk it. Like, I feel like we could play it slow and not do this and be fine, but where's the fun in that? It's going to rest both of these. We can use this to clear the max. Then I can go 6k into either the Reiju or the other guy. We have 1 Dawn left to play around with. Yeah, let's go 6 here. If he counters out and we survive next turn, then he just auto loses without having the counter in hand. That's pretty much it. I think he should let this go. Okay. Alright. You know better, I guess. We'll try it again. We'll go 5 into that one more time. Oh, it gives me the kid. Okay, cool. I guess Hody will just clear the Reiju and we'll pass it up. I don't really care too much about him. I just need one of them dead. Maybe it was probably better for us to attack into the Reiju, because maybe he would have not given that away, considering Reiju doesn't have a valuable effect other than her on play. Plays down Kid. So we'll get 1 Dawn back from this due to Kid's leader ability, or Kid's ability. He bottom decked the Onami. I'm going to assume that that was meant to be Hody, but what's up, bud? What happened? I'm assuming he misclicked. Yeah, fair. Alright, so we'll just pretend that the Hody's been gone, alright? We'll tell him the same thing. Like, just to be fair about it, right? So he has 2 attacks here that he can do. 7k to do it. He definitely goes lead for both of these swings, right? Yeah, okay. Pops that. Give you the 2k counter. He doesn't trust me. No, that's fair, I guess. Whatever, buddy. I mean, we already have another Hody Jones in hand anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But still. We can go 5 lead, and this should be game no matter what he draws here from life. Interesting take on Law here with Blue Jam. I don't know how I feel about it, but good game, bud. Enjoy your day. Speaking of Rob Lucci, here we go. Playing against Rob Lucci in OP07 as Yamato today. I assume this is going to be a tougher game, but I don't really know. I haven't really had too bad of an experience playing into Rob Lucci as Yamato. And this one seems, we played against them earlier today. Oh, yeah, that's right. They were the RP Luffy. Let's go ahead and go 7k to lead. We'll do the thing. These pools absolutely suck. Let's go for the Samurai. Samurai at least allows us to draw 2 extra cards later, in case we need to, you know, to fish out something. But I don't see Momonosuke surviving next turn. But I could be wrong. I assume he kills it with Spandam, but I don't know. Alright, 5 into Momo. Let that go. What did he trash? Okay. Fair. It's down Rebecca. Takes Rob Lucci from trash. Okay. Doesn't play anything else down, though, which is interesting. We'll rest that. We'll go over. Go 7k again to lead. I don't really care too much about the Rebecca here. It's the cards in hand that I'm more so concerned of him just throwing away here. So getting that 3k counter would be huge. But if he decides to go down to 1 life, all it takes is 1 Hody Jones at that point. And truthfully, I kind of play these matches like I would play Sakazuki. I kind of don't play a lot of bodies on board, and I just go for big swings or place cards down when I absolutely can get value out of it. So in this scenario with the Izo, we're always resting the Rebecca in that matchup with Sakazuki. It's kind of the same mindset. So we got rid of a Kaku here and a Khalifa out of hand, which is nice. And I think that is his second Kaku he's throwing away, if I remember. Plays down Khalifa. Gives me what? Sabo. Why would you throw away Sabo, though? And a Kaku. Okay, that's the second Kaku. I would imagine Sabo would be really good in this matchup here. It allows him to pop Momonosuke's. Alright, that's 3 Spandems we've seen. That is 4 Kakus that he's thrown away in the trash, which is awesome. There goes another Rob Lucci. Yeah, it's looking good right now. At least for him, right? Because all of the trash that's over there is great for me. My hand absolutely sucks, though, so no Hody Jones, no Kid. We just keep drawing Searchers, which is not good. I feel like the deck is completely upside down right now. There's a lot of ways that we could take this play. We could play down the Hiyori, go and do the Samurai in hopes that we find like a Momonosuke or a Kikinojo. Well, that's pretty risky. Oh, whoa, whoa. Now, let's go back, Let's go 7k face. Go 7k face first. And see what he wants to do. If he gives me the Rebecca blocker, this would be great. Because then I could potentially go 8k with Izo. Well, now we definitely just need to get Hody Jones. This might be a misplay. Probably shouldn't have done this. Yeah, see? Shouldn't have done it. Should not have done it. I guess the best card in this lineup here would be the Kikinojo, just because it allows me to heal if he decides to pop it. If he decides to pop it. Now we'll just go 8k with Izo. And then this should get the Rebecca out of hand, I think. Or off the field. But I think, yeah, even in this scenario, I think I would have given the Rebecca up. Because I would assume that your opponent has Hody Jones, you know? 2k in the Momo, no problem. 4 into this. Yeah, it's not worth me guarding this. So he'll just don up the Spandam and go for it. If I had to guess. What is this, Gecko Moria? I'd assume. That's 8 Don, right? Yeah, 8 Don. Okay. So Gecko, So we get a Rob Lucci and another Spandam from Trash, which is interesting. Because there's nothing on board for him to pop. So it just gives him an extra body right now. So he trashed another Spandam. Huh. Rebecca. That's off the top with leader ability. See, I think in that scenario, I think I would have attacked first with Lucci and then played the Gecko Moria just to see what I get from Trash. That way it gives me more options with the Moria play. That seems to be, you know, make more sense. Let's go and take top life. Let's put Kikinojo up there. I need to find a Momo, I think, off this play if we're able to. So I can play down the Otama, hopefully find a Momo. Nice. I wish we could take the yellow one, but we can't. Okay, we're at enough Dawn to do it this way. Ooh, that's rough. Let's take this. Not looking so good. Ah, there he is. Dang, man. It's okay. We're not really in any danger here. We just haven't seen Hody Jones. I think we've only seen one Hody, and I haven't seen a single Kid yet, I don't think. If I remember. Let's go 8 to lead. Just really bad draws this time around. Yep. So that's 2 Rebeccas in Trash. The reason being why he has to clear the Hiyori is because we can bounce that back to top of life. I guess we can bounce either, but still. Get a Kikunojo here. Just remember that's one that we planted. So we should be able to go for game next turn unless he has another blocker on board. Because in that case, we'd have to drop an Otama, draw into an Izo to rest the, what's it called, the Rebecca. Or Sabo if you run Sabo. That's not the Sabo I thought, but fair enough. Awkward timing. So he's going to pop probably both rested units. Oh, okay. So you're going to waste a 6k and a 9k swing into Hiyori here. I don't know why I decided to take that hit. Math isn't mathin'. I probably should have guarded that one at the very least and taken the 9k. But now I actually have to keep the guard out of this hit. I thought he was going to go for the Hiyori there. That's why I was ready to just let it happen. We need the last life just so we can play down the 2-cost Hiyori to put the 0-cost event on the field. Or, sorry, in the life pool. Let's do this way first. Soul Focus. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's put the 0-cost event here. Let's go ahead and play down the Hiyori. We'll do the Momo thing. Bounce this to life. Now we can go 9k to lead. Or we can go 5 and 6k. Onami Banish wouldn't be too bad, but I think he'd be able to guard this. But this will force cards out of hand, regardless if he decides to guard it or not. That's another card right there. I feel like Rob Lucci is a whole different animal if he sees stage. It's kind of like playing into the Reiju matchup. If they see stage, you know what I mean? It's kind of a harder matchup for all decks, but in a situation where they don't see stage, it's kind of just make or to break, you know what I mean? Because now in this situation here, we have one blocker on board. We have quite a bit of counter in hand. We have 9k counter, or sorry. Yeah, 9k counter. And then the 0-cost event or our last life. So no matter what he does here, even if he decides to go all out, he still will not win. Interesting. Why didn't he at least don up before he swung? I mean, we're going to guard out with Shirahoshi anyway. I just don't know why he didn't don up with Lucci to swing. Because we could have just realistically blocked with Momonosuke. And then he could have attacked into the Momonosuke with Gecko or Rob Lucci, which then he would have absorbed another attack. So just a weird way for him to play that turn, I think. I don't know why I keep calling her Momo. 6k, 5 don left. So he's going to play blocker Sabo in this scenario. But we still have 3 attacks on board that he has to deal with. Another 9k swing. Remember, we have the 0-cost event here, so discard the Soul Focus. And good game, buddy. Hey, another Momo. Cool. Not that we need it, but still. Stalling me out the type is crazy, man. Goodness gracious. Man. Wow. Alright. And then you want to play again. Sure. Why not? We'll run it back. Let's go 7 face. I get it. You guys are probably going to be like, you should just go 8k. I understand to play Yamato. I just feel like in this scenario, I want to drop down the Momonosuke and see if he wants to waste stuff just to pop it. And he gave me overcountered. Maybe he was used to me going to 8k. I don't know. But math ain't math in here. So that's a little too late. But why did he overcounter, though? That seemed a little dumb. I can't even say that's a good play. But why, though? Really weird play. Puts Rebecca in trash from leader ability. We get the Izo. He has 2 cards left in hand. It's already turn 2. That is crazy. Good. I thought he was typing again. Oh, he was. Oh, man. I might hate watching this video back. All the editing we're going to have to do here is going to be nuts. Let's just go 5. I'd imagine he'd take this. Yep, cool. We can hard play Soul Focus. So I can heal a life here. Oh, he took the damage that time. Alright. That's even better for us, actually. Because in this scenario, all we have to do is at least block 1 hit. If we're able to. We should be able to. We have quite a bit of counter in hand. With 8k, but... Khalifa. There's a Stussy. Get rid of the 2k counter for this one. And he should go 6 with Lucci here. Yep. Counter out this as well. Now keep in mind, we do have the kid, but we've given away quite a bit of counter already, and I don't think we're going to need the kid to win this game, considering this is a black deck. And I kind of want to be like as aggressive as I possibly can to get this match over with. I think that's what you want to do here in this matchup. Get the rest off here. If he wants to give me the 2k, that's wonderful. If not, it be what it be. Cool. I'll pass it up. It might have been a weird play for you guys to see. It's probably better to go 10k into lead there, but I think it's more beneficial for us to just clear board. Because especially if we're going into the 8 Dawn turn, I know he wants to play Gecko Moria. He doesn't have enough to pop the Hody Jones with Gecko here. If he had potentially... He hits me with End's Lobby, he attacks. It's still not enough. He needs the Ice Age in this scenario here. But he doesn't have the Dawn to play all of that at the same time. So he gets Rebecca. Spanned him. Sure. Dang, no other Hody Jones. That sucks. Get the Ezo down to rest this. Let's go the Onami Banish trick, as usual. Then we just go 9k and then 10k, and that should be game. I told you it's going to be fast, man. All we needed was Hody Jones. And I feel like a lot of these Rob Lucci games kind of go like this. You just got to treat it like you're playing Sakazuki. You play cards down when they matter the most, and you just go for it. You got it or you don't. Nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably play at least 2 more games after this one. Give or take, depending on how long these games are. I think that Rob Lucci game is probably like a half an hour and some change. Probably the longest one I've done here on the channel. But we did play two rounds, so it wasn't too bad. Just, it's going to be a drag. But in any case, we're playing into another RP Law, which is the big bad of the format. I miss Sakazuki so much. You know, I didn't think they needed to get rid of the leader in the first place. But now we have a much bigger problem. So, Law has been more dominant than Sakazuki ever was. And there's no disputing that right now. This is a tier 0 deck. And it's interesting because even Japan, people are complaining about it. Which, they didn't do so much with Sakazuki. But Law, yeah, he's a monster, guys. Unfortunately, not just for Yamato, but for every other deck in the format. So, we'll see how this goes. I do think they'll probably hit this man with a ban some way. I mean, they gave Whitebeard a ban overnight. So maybe Law might get the same treatment, but it might take him a little bit before they do so. Can't believe you actually attacked there with Raise Max, which is kind of crazy. Play Sanji blocker here. Okay. Already down to 1 Dawn, though. Interesting. How do we get rid of this? I want to pop the Raise Max if it's possible. But let's go 8k to face. This way he's forced to block out and give me counter or just take the hits. If he takes the hit, he loses, because all it takes is 1 Hody Jones to win game. So I think he will have to counter out here. Yep. Gives me 3k, right? Cool. No matter what, he's going to be able to remove this for free. Let's go ahead and put the Soul Focus on top and pass the turn. But the question is, does he do it though? Because if he does burn the 3 Dawn, right, to use Law's Leader ability, he has no Dawn going into the following turn. And if he attacks here, we get to trigger Soul Focus. Cool. Nice. I mean, I might have still attacked there, but maybe he was worried about Onami popping a Raise Max or a Kikinojo there in that scenario. So perhaps not attacking was the right play. Now, do you have 3k counter? Good. Alright. 4 Dawn left. 2 Raise Maxes on board. I could bait this out, right? We can go ahead and do the thing, put down the Kikinojo on board, bait out a Raise Max play. And the reason being is, if we can burn 1 Max, maybe we can play down a Kid at some point. Right now, Kid is not safe to be put on board. I'm hoping that he'll burn a Raise Max to go to the Kikinojo and bottom deck it, which it looks like he's probably going to do. Because if not, and we get a double attack swing in, yeah, okay, cool. I thought so. So that goes away, that's fine. But what does he play from this? Maybe... because he gets a Dawn back from this with Kid's ability. So he can swing in at 6 with lead. He could also play down Kid Killer here. I haven't seen a Shotski in Penguin either, so that's interesting. Okay, so there's Kid Killer. So he won't swing for 7k because I'm at 3 life. I can give him the Shirahoshi. Go 6. If we burn the Soul Focus now, I'd imagine that he lets us heal. Right? I would think he'd let us heal. I love the fact that every player, when they see a Soul Focus in Yamato, it's literally like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you do in those scenarios? So we do get the heal up. Now it's just a matter of time. We need to draw in 1 Hody and that's game over. I don't think he's gonna do it though, because if he minuses 3 Dawn to bottom deck the Shirahoshi, or sorry, the Hiyori. Let's play down Hody Jones. We'll rest both of these. I forgot he already removed 3 Dawn with Law's ability. I was thinking that he was gonna remove the Hiyori, but he already did the thing. So. But in any case, we can go 7k here. Does he have the counter? If this goes through, then I know he doesn't have the counter in hand. Cool. And GG, buddy. Well played. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tougher game. Boa has a lot of removal tools, and I get it, but at the end of the day, we still need bodies on board to be able to beat certain matchups. And to not have bodies on board, whether it's the Hody Jones or Eustace Kid, is going to be a problem here. I think this is going to be a tough deck to beat. Also, I haven't seen a single Rosinante the past couple games. I know we're running 2, but still. Not a single one in searches either. So I feel like my draw luck have not been the greatest. So, speaking of Rosinante, huh? Crazy. Say his name, he shall appear. That is wild. We'll toss one away. And we actually got a Hody Jones here too, so it's really good. Del Flamingo, sure. I think it's a little bit of a weird play to play down Kaio on turn 1, but Kaido and Red Rock might not have been relevant here in this matchup. So, who's to say? I think Red Rock was a mistake, unless she finds another one on top somewhere. It's probably in the top 5 cards that she's organizing still. Red Rock is going to be important. Hey, what's up, buddy? So we get a kid. Let's go 5 face. Hopefully she guards out here. Oh, alright, cool. We'll take those. No triggers, please. I feel like she had one, she chose not to use it, so we'll take that. Let's do the Hiyori thing. We'll bounce the Momo, kick the Hiyori back to life, draw a card. We drew another Momo, so a little weird, but worked out. We just gotta survive, which I think we can do because we go up to 6 Dawn next turn, so we have some more attacks in unless she decides to remove the Momonosuke. She's at 5. So we need to get up to 6 Dawn for her to play down Boa, if she's running Boa in the build. I don't think I've ever seen a Boa deck that does not run the 6 cost Boa, but I could be wrong. 6k, sure. There's no shot she attacks with Doflamingo, so... Especially, I guess, we're doing a Jinbei play. Yo, by the way, is it just me, or is that Jinbei art, like, the ugliest art you've seen in the One Piece game so far? Like, it is terrible. Like, it's worse than the no-risk Treasure Rare Nami card that we've gotten so far. It is absolutely awful. Might be a hot take, but goodness gracious. The AA art is just a complete makeover for Jinbei. He definitely got to glow up in that one, because he needs it. Whoever did this art is absolutely, like, the worst art I've seen for a card so far. But hey, no disrespect. It is what it is. Poor Jinbei. There's so many different plays we can do here. We'll rest this first. We'll go 6k. I probably should have cleared the Doflamingo there instead, actually. I think this was a misplay, because she should easily be able to counter out of this with the cards that she has in hand. I probably should have just cleared the Doflamingo. Because I can't do it now unless I run the Momo into it. Yep. Ooh, that sucks, man. 5, 6. I don't think it's worth it. I think I should have done that with Leader. I mean, what's the worst thing that's going to happen here? She attacks into Momo? Sure. You still block something. Nice. I didn't feel like I needed to actually use the Leader ability here to give Momo 2 extra power. So, if she decided to guard the blocker there, hey, all the power to you. More cards out of hand there. Look at Kaya taking down mermaids. That's wild. Alright. So this is the turn where we have to watch out. She could play down Boa to freeze the Momonosuke. And then just go 6-5-5 to face. Or you clear Otama, which is weird. Weird play. Ooh, that's nice. We'll pop this. That sucks for you. But what are you gonna do? Yellow be doing yellow things. How mad? Like literally though, how mad? Because that's pretty good. Good job, Nami. Appreciate you. Oh, okay. She had another one. There's another Dofi here as well. Alright, so we gotta figure out a way around these here. We can play down Hody, but we go down to 1 life. That might be a little bit too risky. And we still have the Momo blocker. So as long as she doesn't draw into like Gravity Blade or 3000 Worlds to remove the blocker, I think we'll be okay. Now we could play down Hody Jones here to rest the Boa and the Edward, but I think it'd be a misplay because we go down to 1 life. It might be a little bit too scary. So let's go ahead and do the kid play, right? Because if she has a Red Rock, she has a Red Rock. If not, and Kid survives a turn, we can potentially win the following. So I think she has to remove the Kid immediately if she has removal for it. So let's just do it this way and see what happens. Let's get down Rosinante here. Unfortunately, Rosinante is not going to do all too much in this matchup because she generally has removal cards, not necessarily like KO effects. So now I don't know where he was at my other matchups, but you know, again, we play only 2 of him, so that probably makes sense. Yep. So there's a red rock. We knew she had one earlier that she discarded, so it kind of gave me the impression that maybe she has one in hand already, or she felt confident to draw into one. Or she saw it off the Dofi searches and decided to stack it that way. But she needed to remove the kid, so good job on that part. But now we have the Hoodie Jones, in which maybe she doesn't have 3 red rocks, you know? Because we can go guarding with this. We definitely need the Momo to stay alive here. And I don't see her swinging with Doflamingo. So she'll probably go 7k with lead. Yep. And you clear the Momo, right? Nice. We'll give her the 2k. So now we have to win. Because we don't have another Hiyori to stack the 0 cost into life here. Well, we do have a 0 cost to throw away the Kikinojo, so I think that's fine. But, in any case, if we get down the Hoodie Jones, we should be able to win game on the following turn. Because this will push us up to 8k here with lead. We can get down a Momo search here if need be. Get the rest on. Rest this, and we can rest the Rosinante. Soul Pocus, not great right now. So we can use that as discard fodder for the 0 cost event as well. Let's try to clear board here. I want her just to play down a Kaido. That would be great. If she decides to just play Kaido down, she will lose the game. And I don't want to deal with all these bodies plus Kaido in the following turn. Oh wow. Okay, alright. I guess I should have attached on there, right? That's my bad. Go 5 here. Yo, you need to stop. Alright, go lay down somewhere. Just give me the Jinbei. You don't need him. That's what I thought. Okay, so we have 2 attacks here. We have the counter to get out of at least one of them, I think. Because we go up to 9k. It's 9k coming lead. We still don't have the counter for it. Ooh, Shirahoshi. Let's go. Get rid of this. And we draw into more counter. Love to see it. Good game, buddy. It's been fun. Yes, I get it. Yellow still did yellow things. I understand that. It is fine. I mean, at the end of the day, you can say if she didn't have Red Rock, she wouldn't have got this far. Because that is 100% true. But, hey man, Shirahoshi pulled through. Yellow, you got a trigger. It is what it is. You got him. You can have him. Thanks for trying, Rosie. Appreciate you. Gravity Blade. Yep, removes Momonosuke and the Izo, I would assume. Yep. Draws 1. And no matter... No, I don't think we can kill her here this turn. Ooh, that sucks. I guess we're taking the Otama. Can we get him? Come on, Momo. You got this. Nice. Okay. We're cooking, boys. We're cooking. We're fine. Well, check this out. Check this out. You ready? Watch these plays. It's about to get crazy in here. We do the thing, right? Get the Momo on board. We bounce this back to life. We're chilling. Alright. We go 6 into Weevil. If she wants to counter out, that is totally okay. Please just let him go. Good job. So 10k lead. I love how the aggro deck beat the control tempo deck. That is crazy. Like, I feel like we had more control in this game than Boa had control. Isn't that wild? But with all the constant drawing mechanics that this deck has and the healing capabilities, it's pretty irritating to deal with. If she does not deal enough damage here this turn, we have the Hiyori to put the 0 cost into life the following. And she's only going 8k here with 7 Dawn left. So that gives me the impression that she's going to play down either Boa or another Gravity Blade. And if it was a Gravity Blade, she should have done that to begin with to get rid of the Momo. But I'm going to counter out here. I do want to keep our Momo on board, if possible. Okay. I was about to say, I don't see you ever donning up Kaya for 7k. That'd be wild. What do you play here? Okay, Jinbei and Gecko Moria. Doflamingo, sure. So now we need a Izo to win the game here. We need Izo or a Hody Jones. Because all we need is one rest on Dofi, and that should be it. That's not an Izo. Actually, let's do Momo first. I mean, we get the draw card, right? Do we? Nah, we have to play this on board first. We do that, put this on 0 life. Can't rest that. We can play down the Otama here, and then play Samurai. Which might be a little risky when it comes to Dawn management to be able to go for game here. But it might just be our best play. Because if we play down the Hiyori, right? We do this event. Rest both. No Izo. Dang, man. That'd been so clean if we were able to get the Izo off there. But if all else fails, we just go face. It's fine. Come on, give me your hand. 0 cost event and a crocodile. Alright. If I attack here with Hody Jones, maybe she'll attack into Hody next turn. And that is totally okay with me because we have another one in hand. Yeah. Pass it up. We need the Momo alive right now. Or sorry, active right now. Because this will force her to Gravity Blade or Red Rock if she has them to get rid of the Momo, then go for game. 7k. Remember, we have the 0 cost event here. Let's actually just take this hit. Because she has quite a bit of Dawn left, and I'd rather not give her 2 2Ks for the Guardian out of the Shinbei. Or guard out with Momo and give him a 2K. I think taking the hit is the better play. Sure, Kaya. I think we can take this one. The only way we lose... No, we can't, because if she throws 3,000 Worlds down to bounce Momo at the bottom of the deck, that's 4 Dawn spent, then she can only swing in for 7. And we have the counter for that. Even if he would have swung in for 6, we still have the counter with the 2K, and then gave the rest of the Dawn over to Doflamingo to swing. We still have enough for 9k counter, so... I think we're still chilling regardless. Does a Jinbei, probably plays down Doflamingo again. Yep. There's 2 blockers. Doesn't do you any good because we have Hody Jones here. So, good game, buddy. It was fun. Definitely was a tougher game than I thought it was going to be. And well played. Nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this will probably be the last game for the day. Then we're going to dive back into the deck list, as we usually do here on the channel. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this one. That Rob Lucci game earlier, I think that took a lot out of me, man. I'm not too fond of the slower play. I don't know, it gets me sometimes, so thankfully for the power of editing, I can speed it up for you guys, but still. In any case, we're going to be playing into Nell, which should be one of our toughest matchups. Still going into OP07. So I'm going to try to take this one a little bit slow. And by slow, I mean I'm not going to sit here and just swing for big numbers. because most of the time Manel's either they guard out of smaller hits or they just take the bigger hits for free. Let's put up a Soul Focus in life here. We'll pass it up and see what he wants to do. Yep. Four Dawn open. Plays nothing. We get another Hiyori for whatever reason. I don't want to attack here at all, to be honest with you guys. Getting down this, we'll just go 7k into the Shirahoshi here. Which may sound silly, but I didn't think he would take the original first 5k swing, because I planned on just trying to starve out Enel as much as possible. That way, when I get down like a Hody Jones or a Doflamingo, not Doflamingo, but Kid, he would have to think twice before Ragoing or Kingdom Coming in the card. Double Momos here. Let's get down another Momo on board, do the search. Take this. Ooh, that was wild. Pass it up. So Kikunojo being on board is really, really good in this scenario. We might have an opportunity of pushing for game here soon. I say soon, but realistically it's not going to happen because we all know they're about to start healing up. 4, 5, 6. He has 8 Dawn right now. We have 6 life between us. So, yep. Gee, thanks. Goodness. So Yamato can pop 7 costs right now. We'll do this. We'll get the Momo on board, heal a life. Hit Hiyori back to life as well. Let's throw the Banish on board, and then go for 8k swing. Nice. What was that? Double Yamato and a 0 cost event. So that's essentially, we took away 3 lives there. But I bet you it's not going to matter. But we'll see. Because we are at 6 life to 1, so it's not too bad. Okay, 6 life to 2. One of the cool things about Soul Focus in this matchup, though, is you can do things like this. I'm going to go 10k, right? And probably he'll take the hit. It's better than discarding cards in hand here. Yep, does your little leader effect. We play Soul Focus. We should heal life here for free. I would just pass turn. And then they play down either a Yamato or another ace. Or, sorry, a ace or another Yamato. And this is why this matchup here is just so difficult for Yamato, I feel. Like, even if I wanted to starve him, he has ways to... I would have to not attack. Period. And force him to get rid of life with, like, Raigo or Kingdom Come. And even still, it's still difficult to deal with it due to the fact that our leader ability swings for double attack each turn. So, even with Onami banishing, it's a little crazy. Oh, all these sucks. I can't draw anything here. That's the downside to the Otama sometimes, I feel. Down Shirahoshi. We can get rid of a Hiyori here, I guess. I think the 0 cost event is way too important. Throw away Momo and Hiyori. We could go 7k, but there's not really a point. But this will push him back down to at least 1 life here. Yep. Because now we're at the point in the game where if I decide to not attack, it doesn't necessarily matter because he's just going to drop another bigger body next turn anyway. Like, let's be honest. This should heal us again to 5. Like, doing this to any other deck right now is crazy. We healed up to 7, by the way. We had a total of 7 life at one point. Can't use that. Heals again. At least we can Nami banish him one more time, hopefully. I mean, I guess so, right? Because we can do this, play down Momonosuke, pop something to life here. Just go 8k to face. I'd imagine he would know what we're going to do here anyway, with 5 Dawn open. We could put the Momo on top of the Shirahoshi, probably. Leave the Onamis up, that way we can swing with them later on, if they survive. Put the 2k on top. So we have a blocker now. Go 5k with Nami. Hopefully get a card out of hand. Which we should. Yep. Turn 8, boys. We're still here, man. We are still here. Turn 8, boys and girls, and we are still here. 7k face. If I guard with Momo, he clears Momo with somebody else on board. I think we have to take this hit. It's probably better than just giving him an 8k counter. Or sorry, 3k counter. Yep. 0 cost event, not too bad. We're going to have to guard at least one of these, which does suck. This one allows us to at least get a Kikinojo on board, so it's a possibility we can push for game. I mean, he still does have 8 Dawn left, so he potentially could have another Katakuri here. 10k. We have to give him so much counter for this one hit. Get rid of that and that. We'll do an Izo and an Otama. Like, you could argue we could play down Kid at some point, but there's no shot he doesn't have Kingdom Come in hand anyway. So that would waste our whole turn, and then we would just get cooked. I think in this matchup, Kid doesn't do all too much due to the fact that he just has Kingdom Come or Raigo. Let's be fair. So... and he definitely has the bodies to go into Kid anyway. We do get the Samurai, though. I still don't think it's going to be enough to pull us out of this hole. 3 Dawn open. If we Samurai, we could rest the Nami and the Momo, but I think we should probably try to go for game here. Why not? We'll go 9. He still needs 5k counter for this. Which, with the amount of cards in hand he has, I'd imagine he's able to counter out of this. Or you can just take the life. Yep. There goes a Raigo. So he did have one in hand this whole time anyway. Go 5. Go 7 with Momo. Darn. I think that's game there. Because I can only do 5k with Nami, right? And then 7k with Kikinojo here. That's all we got. Dude, how much counter you got left? Oh well. We tried our best, man. It's one of the toughest matchups in the format, I think, still with Yamato. Very, very hard deck to beat. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the end of the video where we talk about the deck lists and stuff that we were playing with today in today's video, let alone changes to it, what I'm looking at in the future when it comes to Yamato, or what I'm going to be playing today in the future of OP07. Now, if you guys have been following my channel for a very long time, I like to put out quote-unquote non-meta decks. I like to do meta decks as well, but different spins on them. You're not going to find a whole lot of RP Law here on the channel. You're not going to find a whole lot of Sakazuki here on the channel, Katakuri and Nell. I like to do decks that we don't see all too much, and or decks that I can twist a little bit, you know? And Yamato has been one of those decks here that came out in OP06 that I have been pushing for quite a bit on the channel, at local play, all that sort of thing. I've come up with numerous different builds here with Yamato, and this is the most flexible deck that I have got to build around, so I hope that OP07 is going to bring me something that I'm going to enjoy a lot more and or enjoy just enough, you know? But overall, with this build here, this is going to be a more serious take on the build that we were playing today. I like both variations, but if you guys want to take out Soul Pocus, it's not for you, you know what I mean? I would highly advise you guys to add in Doflamingo here. I went up one Shirahoshi just to even things out. I do enjoy Shirahoshi at 2 to 4 in the deck, just staple. If I'm running a build such as this, due to the consistency of what this deck allows you to do with the draw mechanic, and you do happen to run quite a bit of no counter cards with the Momo, the Doflamingo, the Eustace Kid, and the Hody Jones. She helps filter out a lot of stuff, so it's kind of ideal for her. But the Doflamingo, I think going into OP07 is going to be very, very good in Yamato, and in, you know, Bonnie and any green deck like Uta, what have you. I think this card in general is very, very strong. It allows you to essentially time walk, and it's very good into Enel as well. And that's going to be a very, very problematic deck, as you guys saw in, was it the last game? I had like 7 life against this guy, and he's still able to beat me. It's just the sheer fact of what this leader can do, which makes him very, very obnoxious. Not that he's like overpowered or he's like, you know, he needs to be tuned down. Not at all. I just don't think that the 10-drop ace, he needed it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, because I do have a build I'm working on with 10-drop ace and Yamato. I'm hoping it does okay, but we'll see, because we already have the 9-drop Yamato. I don't know if it's gonna do all too much for this list, but you know, we'll see when we try around with playtesting and all that. In any case, this has been a very, very fun build that I've been playing around with. The downside to this is if you are playing Yamato at your local scene and they do have a lot of Enels there, it's going to be very, very tricky to get over that leader and come out on top. Just due to the fact that Enel has access to Katakuri, 10-drop ace, it can be very, very rough to win in that matchup. On top of that, they have a brand new card that came out in OP07, not OP07, EB01, such as Kingdom Come or Raigo here. This is a very, very strong card for Enel, and in any deck that he is playing into, whether it's Bonnie, Yamato, any deck that utilizes something like Doflamingo or like a Eustace Kid, a big drop, if you will, they have access to this. And most Enel players, even if you decide to starve them, that would be the way to go, because by dropping down Raigo or Kingdom Come, they trash 3 life instead of, you know, getting that life to their hands, and it makes them make a choice whether or not to pop the Eustace Kid or pop a Dofi or a Kaido or whatever's on board. And that's kind of the approach you want to go about it, going into this leader. The downside, as Yamato though, it's still very difficult to push him over 0 life due to his passive ability and your double attack nature. But there's that. Otherwise, you're playing into other decks in the format right now, such as RP Law, which, me personally, I don't feel is that much of a challenge for Yamato. Not saying that Law is bad by any means. We all know this is the best deck in the format. We all know it's 0 tier, whatever you want to call it. It's just, this deck has very good matchups into RP Law if you pilot Yamato correctly or you play well enough. Just because we have access to Hody Jones, okay? That's really about it. This can rest all the blockers and do the thing to be able to push for game in this deck. The downside, Yamato has some pretty rough matchups in the format. So the odds of you seeing Yamato playing against a Law, you know, at the final stages of a big tournament is probably very, very slim, because we have to get through every other deck out there, such as Enel, Katakuri, and most black decks that can go wide. Gecko Moria, for example. Other than that, though, I think she does do really, really well and will do quite well in OP07. It's just consistency sometimes. I think it's a little lackluster. You know what I mean? But she is still my favorite leader, and I do hope I can find something in OP07 that can attest to how many different variations of builds that I can come up with this leader and see where it goes from there. I'm going to dive into another list here on the channel that's going to utilize 10 cost ace and see how I feel about it. I'm still doing some playtesting with the build concept that I've come up with here as of late. But overall, this has been a very, very spicy deck when it comes to Fortress build with Yamato that does not utilize Bonnie Searcher. So hopefully you guys give it a shot and let me know what you think about it. Leave your comments, your thoughts, your opinions down below. How about your fellow community members and all that sort of thing? Hop in the Discord, come tell me I suck. It is what it is. I will catch you guys in the very next video. Stay safe out there. I'll see y'all later.